Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Call O'Clock, and as usual, we've got a wonderful package from bricklink.com to unwrap. Let's get into it. Oh, and two other things. So before I do crack into that, I have got the first of those two other things here. I don't really know about this thing really. It's called a Thestral. And it's kind of a skeletal horse with great big wings from the Harry Potter universe. And I don't usually go for Harry Potter stuff per se, just because, I'm doing a real life city and that's all magicians and stuff. It doesn't stop me having crazy, weird fictional creatures, though, it would seem. So, not a very good reason for that rule. But it just really piqued my interest because, well, it looks evil. And if I'm going to have some evil knights as part of my castle scene, ultimately, with some really baddie knights on, I thought that one of them could be riding this and giving everyone else who's on a conventional horse a real fright of their lives. But I didn't want to give it massive wings and make it into a sort of dark Pegasus because I thought that would be a bit too big and a bit too different. Just this horse turned up to a normal joust, but you can see it's got the 2x2 cutout into it. That's where all those wings are attached. So I thought, well, would it work if I kind of blocked in one of those pairs of studs with normal bricks and then added a conventional saddle? So there's only one way to find out, and that is to add, first of all, a brick and a tile to, well, we could put it at the front or at the back. I think the back's going to make more sense, isn't it? And then one of my spare blue saddles. It's just a normal one at the front. You know what? That works absolutely perfectly. I don't know why I was so nervous. Does it? Yeah, it's a proper connection, so there's no problem there at all. As we can have a lance attached to that, have a man with his sword and his shield out, scaring everyone else and all the other horses going, what is that? So this was part of two Harry Potter sets, including 75951, Grindelwald's Escape from 2018, I think that was a really good addition. So I just got that on its own as a separate package and opened it not knowing what it was. So that's good. Let's see how Robin looks in that. He might not actually fit because of his quiver on the back, but you get the idea. I think that works rather well. Very good. It is a very sinister looking horse. So cool. And a very long bony tail as well. That's horrid. I like it. I like horrid things. Right, so we'll put Robin and the Thestral back there. I think I'll probably just call it an evil horse from now on because I'm never going to remember the official name from Harry Potter. Can't even do a Star Wars joke because there are no horses in that. I suppose I could have done a dewback one or something, but it really doesn't look the same, does it? Right, so a bit of packaging, lots, and oh, this looks like a lovely order, apart from the fact that we've got peanuts in it, which I'm going to have to now pick up all of. But this looks like a very clean and well packaged order, all in little bags, but could be worse. So we'll have fun going through all of that in a second. Get rid of that packaging and that packaging. And then I've got this, which must be some sticker sheets being very well protected with cardboard. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Vendor or Mrs. Vendor. And in a bag. Wow, that's really good care and attention. So, as many of you will know, I usually write a sort of 1 or 2 word sort of explanation as to why the main reason was for this particular order or this particular store. And in this case, the word was Deliveroo. Why? Well, after I got that lovely set with the Deliveroo driver, this one, with his green bike and these stickers on the side carrying a sandwich to somebody who's too lazy to make their own. And that was from set 40578, Sandwich Shop from 2022. I thought, well, I really need to make Brick Nottingham a lot more like real life Nottingham and have loads of these guys all over the place because you just see them absolutely everywhere delivering food to very hungry people. So I thought I needed more than one of these, and that's why I found somebody who'd got lots of those sticker sheets. And how many did I manage to get? 1, 2, 3, and that's something different. So 3 more. So it's not so much for these menu pieces here, though I'm sure I could use those as well all over the place. 6 of those. But it's mainly for the logos, these 6 ones here, so I can put them on the side of other people's boxes on other people's backs on other bikes. So I'm very happy indeed with that. Once I had that idea, I thought, well, I just have to go ahead and do that. So very happy to receive those. And I think I also bought the most important parts because I've got loads of bicycles and minifigures. I just need 3 more of the bracket on the back and the box itself. So I think we'll find we've got 3 of those as well. Cool, great start. Right, next one is one more of this sticker sheet. I got this one before, largely for the missing poster, but then it dawned on me that this was a really good control box. And I've got those railway control boxes that are near my level crossing and somewhere else. And they don't have good sort of electrics on the inside. And no one's ever going to open those doors, apart from me maybe once or something. I thought it'd be good to have this on the inside because it looked very appropriate to those sort of little cupboards that you sort of see, sort of substations or something like that. And I thought that was an ideal sticker. So if I put that on the inside of both of those boxes, I'll know it's there and be able to open that door and see them as well. And number plates, well, we've already got 2 from the other sheet, but there's another one, look, so I'll have the second one of that because I love number plates as well. So that was very cheap, otherwise I probably wouldn't have bothered, but that is really, really good. Cool, other stuff. Well, other exciting stuff I can see straight away, and this is for another one of my addictions. This is a Star Wars figure, not usually seen in my city, no, but is seen in my big Death Star over there in a cabinet. And the thing that I collect for that is Imperial officers. It's just something, for some reason, that really hits my collector bone. Really makes me drive my addiction whenever another one of these little torsos with different numbers or different combinations of pips on the top there in red, yellow or blue comes out. I just really feel a compulsion to buy it. So this is Captain Tala Dureth, who's the lady from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, who's helping the rebels. She was in 75334, Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader from 2022. Was I the only one who was willing Darth Vader to win that engagement in the thing? I mean, it was one of the worst scenes in Star Wars ever, wasn't it? When Darth Vader couldn't walk across a little patch of fire. I mean, I think I could have jumped across it and I can't even levitate. So that still annoys me, that scene. So Obi-Wan escapes to fight another day. But anyway, this is the officer. And I can add her to the scene that I've got around the sort of Death Star boardroom table, as I think of it, on the top floor of that, where there's 7 seats. And when I first got that set, I thought I must fill these 7 seats. And now I've filled them and overflowing. There's only standing room available now. So that is one collection that is also getting out of control, much like my dogs and my skateboards and my everything else. So yeah, my name is Robin and I am a brick addict. It has been 0 days since my last haul. There we go. There's one that I'll probably never get, and that's the one that came with the UCS Star Destroyer. I mean, it's such a huge set. Why would anyone give away the officer minifigure that comes with that? And they're about, oh, goodness knows how much. Ridiculous money each if you wanted to get one of those. But that one will do me absolutely fine for my collection. And there's a new one in one of the new sets that I've got my eye on as well. Talking of extravagances, though, dun dun dun, look at this minty fresh orange spaceman. Now, this needs some explanation as well. Basically, I wasn't necessarily in the market for a minty new orange spaceman, but I saw it. And then when I saw it, I thought, oh, I kind of like that. I kind of want it. Oh, golly, how do you get in here? And it was, oh, I think I need to cut it. That's right. And it was quite expensive. In fact, I think it was the second most expensive minifigure that I've ever bought after Electrolyzer of the Ultra Agents baddie. I won't tell you how much because it's a bit embarrassing, but there we go. Oh, so shiny and new. Lovely. With the old style helmet, if I'm not... Oh, no, I think it's the Repro old style helmet. But even so, absolutely lovely. And look at that print. Obviously perfect because it's brand new. So this came with a Lego book, actually, called Lego Minifigure, A Virtual History from 2020. And, well, yeah... If I'd known that, I might have bought the book. It might have cost about the same amount as this minifigure. Who knows? But he is lovely, isn't he? So I can add him near my space tower, or just keep him to one side and love him because he's lovely. I don't want to go down the slippery slope now of trying to collect all the parts for a purple one that you can make with bits from different sets and a grey one and stuff like that. But yeah, oh, and there's a green one as well, isn't there? That's even rarer than this orange one, I think. But anyway, I'll enjoy that definitely. So I'll put him over there. Right, here's some of the parts for my Deliveroo drivers. There are the 3 sort of neck attachment pieces, so that's good. What do we got here? That's a... oh, golly, I'm going to tear these small ones because I can't reuse them. 1x2 modified brick, don't remember that. Now we've got good project pieces here as well. And I've got this white sort of, what is that, flower piece, sort of cloudy type piece there. And a bag of these proper clouds that were the basis of the Unikitty series and have been used in all sorts of things since. Now, some of you have guessed a scene from a previous haul video where I hinted at it, that is going to be using these. And for those people that know what I'm talking about, you'll be able to guess why I want all these cloud pieces. Doesn't that look amazing already? It's to make a cloud for a scene that's going to be very funny, I think. Anyway, that is the pieces I need to give that a go. So yeah, you think about that. That's really good. You could almost just stick these to the walls of the Lego room, couldn't you? Looks really nice. So I thought I'd get enough of these to make sure I had enough for that scene and yeah, see how it looks. But that is roughly what I'm going to do. But the context is everything. So looking forward to doing that. In fact, that might be what I do as soon as I stop recording this video, to be fair, because that is very interesting. Right, 3 clear lids for 3 Deliveroo boxes. A 1x1, I think I've had this before, box of jelly beans from Harry Potter, of course. That was in 3 sets, including 76398 Hogwarts Hospital Wing. And I just love the nurse in that, the Madame Poppy Pomfrey character. I'd really like to get that. Yellow up her skin, of course, and have her in my city. She looks like sort of an old school matron for my hospital, in my opinion. But that's quite an expensive minifigure as well, quite popular. And this, yeah, is probably from Honeyduke, so that's probably where I'll put it. But it's just, I don't know, like to have one of every interesting piece. It's kind of part of my addiction. Then we've got 2 more of these pieces, but this time in trans purple. We just saw these, didn't we, in trans bright green, but neon trans bright green, which is really interesting. But anyway, so I have to decide where I'm putting these purple ones. We've established they don't fit on the top of my atomic waste thing, where they would spin as the train goes around. And fit underneath all my bridges and stuff. I could put these ones on the GBC instead, or maybe I could have them under the sea, or, well, whatever. So, yeah, give me ideas for that if you've got them, but I just wanted a pair of those, like I had a pair of the other ones. Now this is an interesting new piece. So this person has clearly bought some Avatar sets, and there are some parts from them, which I absolutely love. So these ones might have been in Mario sets as well, but they're just very clear, very tall, clear kind of stands, really, with a nice wide base on the bottom, 2x4, a couple of attachment points halfway up, and another one here, kind of like those square ones that I've got holding up my monorail in certain places, but see-through. So I'm going to use these, unsurprisingly, in my cabinet, either as a pair to hold up something really heavy, like a submarine, from the surface, but a good way above it. And then I can still attach loads of fish or something like that halfway up, or I could use it as 2 separate ones for something slightly less heavy. So I think they'll be really useful. So I got 2, and I may need more, but they're great. Just what I needed. I mean, you can just stack clear 1x2 by 5 bricks, of course, and that's what I've done in my city for helicopters and stuff like that. But I think these are kind of nicer, especially with the attachment points halfway up. So more Avatar pieces. So this is kind of a slightly different shaped whip to what we're used to. And these are the same part in bright light blue. And there's several of those. Now, both of these parts are available on the Torok Maktu and Tree of Souls set, 75574 from 2022, which is a very beautiful set, I think you'll agree. But the reason I got these was, well, partially this colour to play around with under the sea, because I'm sure that just like they've used there, I could have something coming out of the middle of a plant, or I don't know. So it looks like that bit takes a bar piece, and that bit is kind of a bar piece in width. So technically, I suppose you could add them to each other as well, like that. Yep, you can. So there we go. So I don't know how I'm going to use these blue ones under the sea, but I thought having 4 of them would be a vital ingredient in my repertoire. And this black one, I was trying to think if I could have a minifigure holding that end, which it looks it might be able to be clippable underneath. Oh yes, that's perfect. And then you could join that bit to the back of a dog, and that could be a really good dog lead, because the whip pieces that are actual whips are a bit odd shaped for a dog lead. I mean, they're always odd shaped in the fact that that's got to go in the stud right in the middle of the dog's back, which doesn't really match with where a dog lead actually goes around their neck usually, or onto a harness. So anyway, I thought I'd buy 1 in black just to try that out, and if it works I could always look out for some more. But it's got quite a pleasing shape to it that's kind of dog lead shaped. And maybe I could add an attachment on this end and actually attach 2 dogs to it, because sometimes people walk a pair of dogs together, don't they? Cool. 3 grey slopes. They must have just been keenly priced, I guess. Can never run out of those or use too many. Now, when I was looking back at this order, just to prepare for this video, there was a couple of pieces I thought, why did I buy that? I don't even remember ordering that, and I've got no idea, literally no idea why I did this. It's kind of a tornado piece, as you can see, from the 70677 Land Bounty 2019, unique to that set. And maybe I thought this was rock coloured, but it is kind of gunmetal-y, and it could be the bottom of a plant and a coral. I mean, I suppose it could actually. Maybe I'm right with that. If you kind of hide the bottom bit a bit with other surrounding coral plants, maybe. Yeah, actually, no, that's probably why I bought it. I think it's for a coral plant. So that's really interesting. I mean, imagine you had loads of these coming out of it. It'd almost look like a carnivorous plant, wouldn't it? So anyway, yeah, that's why I bought that. Yeah. Silly me for doubting myself. But then I bought another one, which is even bigger. Oh my word, an even weirder connection. Oh, that's because that's to grip a minifigure, isn't it? But it's still got some bar connectors as well. Yes, so this is different. Both of these are different to the style that I've got on my Ninjago ride. But this one was very interesting, sort of marbled light blue colour with trans in there as well. And I thought it very much looked like a whirlpool, either in water, apart from the middle bit, of course, but maybe you could have a man in it getting sucked into a whirlpool, or maybe even the top of a tornado on land, you know, with a sort of twister sort of body coming off that. Now, I've got no idea why either of those would be in my city or in my cabinet, but yeah, this was £1, and I thought, well, I haven't seen one before, so yeah, I'll grab that. So that's from 71764 Ninja Training Centre from 2022 as well. So yeah. Nice. So yeah, any more ideas for that? Greatly appreciated. But yeah, a whirlpool. I mean, you could almost put it in a cabinet, but it'd look a bit odd, I think. Sort of stuck to the glass. Don't know. Anyway, yeah, ideas for that, please. Right, we've got some olive green sort of stems for some other plants or something under the sea. That is for. They're probably from an Avatar set. This is from the Queer Eye set, much like the one that was generously donated to Mrs. Hood. And I'm ashamed to say on Mrs. Hood's behalf that she hasn't even finished to this date the Queer Eye set, which is a real testament to her not being anywhere near as into Lego as I am. So that's the Fab 5 Loft, set 10291 from 2021. And the odd thing is, she really does love that set. She's very chuffed to have got it, but she just has never got round to finishing it. So we've got a half-assembled set next to her desk where she works when she's working remotely. So anyway, I won't dwell on that, but yeah, probably don't send loads more sets in for Mrs. Hood, because although she'll be very, very happy to receive them, she probably won't build them, let's be honest. I keep threatening to take it off her and finish it for her, but she insists she will do it. Anyway, so this is the stove. I got tired of waiting to see hers, so I thought I'd buy one. No idea where I'm going to use it, but I thought if I need one, then I'll have one. A couple more of these star pieces. that I've been collecting for all sorts of different ideas, one of which I'm not going to share with you, but I didn't have any in this, what is this, trans neon orange colour, so I got a pair of those, so that's good. Now these I was interested to get. So these are tails from Unikitty, or more specifically from Disco Kitty. So they're kind of rainbow profile, not all the colours of the rainbow, but quite a few, very bright indeed. And they came in 2 sets, including 70848 Sistar Party Crew from 2019, which is also a set that's got one of my most desired figures on my wanted list, the Stardust Benny, who's got a wonderful head and the sort of star-shaped sunglasses as part of his visor. It's just absolutely great. In fact, his entire get up is amazing. So yeah, I'm on the lookout for one of those, and it's surprisingly hard to get. So anyway, what am I going to use these for? Yep, well, Under the Sea. I kind of thought as an experiment, I'd get a few and see how it looked. If you just imagine them all sort of attached to rocks, waving in the current, and maybe they'd all be together and attached to a rock like that. Does that look good? I'm sure I could do a better job of it, but I think it does look quite good. And you could have them all sorts of different heights and things like that, all above each other, kind of clinging to rocks. So that was the idea there. I think that looks quite good. So tell me what you think of that. I might have to get some more of those so we can have a few patches of them around the cabinet. Then I've got some dinosaur tail tips in red. Didn't have many in red. I had loads in lime. And here are the sort of lower part of the body. I bet somebody, this seller bought loads of those, or what they call the big monster that's Doctor Strange, when it's sort of coming out the wall, because that had loads of red tentacles, didn't it? So these are the base bit, and you put the end in the end, and you make an even longer one, and you can angle it to make it all really interesting. So that'll be Under the Sea, no doubt. I've got these pieces for benches, because I've just ran out of 1x4 bricks in brown, reddish brown, and there should be another part in here for some benches. Yep, here it is. It is a 2x6 tile, which is printed, not stickered, and it says Cyber Beast on it, being the name of one of the big 4x4 sort of monster truck things in the Stunt Show Arena set, 60295 from 2021. And I just really like that because it wasn't a sticker. It is a bench. It wasn't a sticker. It is a print, and I can use it on a bench as an advert for, well, a demolition derby, no doubt. So the benches that I've just lifted this one out of my city. I've been putting adverts on the back of them, following what was done on a recent station. And here I can add this one to the collection. And there you go. I just love the idea of putting big adverts on these. It just looks perfect. And the 1x6s are just to have one row with studs on, so you can attach a minifigure's bottom to it. So yeah, very nice. So I'm very happy to have that. More tentacles in dark pink. Lovely. Have I got enough tentacles yet? Probably. Yes, that's probably the answer. Some cone pieces in this dark turquoise. So that's also fun to see. Either 3 bases for 3 things, maybe with 5 tentacles coming out, or to stack like this. Don't know, but it's just a really nice colour, dark turquoise. So I like that. We've got these multi-directional plant stem pieces, but these are the ones in dark red. So I guess that's coming in one of the botanicals, or maybe the Avatar set actually, recently. So yeah, it's just to get those in a different colour. And dark red looks quite undersea, I think. Got one more of those in, what's that? That looks like dark orange to me. Some more cones, but this time the 3x3 ones in dark azure, I'm going to call that. So I can have a really long stack of those, or 2 shorter stacks, or maybe 2 asymmetrical stacks like that. Maybe they'll be coming out at an angle like that. Towards the back, we're going to need much bigger corals, I think, so that will be really good looking. I've got a tiger tail for a minifigure. That is to go... So I already had a full tiger suit, but this one is to go with the tiger hat that I got as part of that Friends Theatre that someone sent in very generously. if you want to send something into the channel, you can, of course, to the usual address. So that's very nice. Got a few heads. We've got two pretty standard ones here that are the same for Parker. Different sides of the same one. Parker from the hidden side. Got two Lucy ones. I always seem to have loads of men and not enough women heads. So these two are Lucy from the Lego Movie. Got one more head. This one is from the Lunar New Year Tradition set, 80108 from 2022 as well. And that's the guy with the winky face and a Fu Manchu moustache. So yeah, I needed one of those, didn't I? One-sided, but very, very nice. So that's fun. He could be winking somewhere. There's the 3 Deliveroo boxes, brand new as well. So they'll be very fetching for 3 more Deliveroo drivers. So I'll have taxis all over my cities, Deliveroo drivers all over my city, and buses and all sorts. Anyway, there we go. There's some cheese wedge pieces in olive green. Some feather pieces. I haven't really seen these before. They've been in quite a few sets, but I haven't been buying them. These sort of twin feather pieces that used to come with the Native American sort of characters, but in a different colour. I thought they'd be good under the sea just for a bit of texture, just waving in the currents. So they're really nice in this sort of, what is that, flamish yellow-orange? Yeah. Got an interesting hairpiece that I've never seen before from a character called Mirabelle in the Encanto sets. It's been in 3 sets, including 43202, the Magical House from 2021. Yeah, well, just messy black hair, really. But yeah, it was interesting. Hadn't seen it before, so I thought I'd go with that. Look forward to using that on a minifigure. This bag has come from all of the Avatar sets as well. It's these kind of crown cresty pieces, but in glow-in-the-dark white. So let me get my UV torch for this. And oh yes. So they're probably going to have to go on the back, or rather bottom level of my deep sea cabinet, 20,000 bricks under the sea, so they can really glow under the UV light. That would be really good. Wow. And then they'll stay sort of energized for absolutely ages, probably, because it will be in shadow. So that'll be really nice. Or when I just turn off the light to this room. Then we've got a tiny little single dot piece that says player 2 on it, and another one, hopefully, yeah, there it is, that says player 1 on it. And these were from the Series 6 extra dots, 41946. And I'm going to use them for an upgrade of my arcade, probably, whenever I get to that, to add more arcade machines. That could be part of the sign, player 1, player 2. I think that'd be really good. I've already got a few one-up ones that I can use elsewhere, and somewhere else I've got some game over ones as well. So I can use all of these in really revamping that whole setup. Not urgent by any means, but very nice to have. And then I've got one more character who's Ninjago, and he is from the set 70652, Stormbringer from 2018. And he's kind of a copy of, oh my lord, it's about 1 million pieces to make him. Anyway, he comes from that set, but he's kind of a copy of the Agent Spyclops character in my mind. He's sort of half a body attached to kind of an 8-legged setup at the bottom. I'm just going to do his torso and head. I'll build the body in a moment and then we can look at that. But yeah, I thought he'd be an evil biker as part of my evil biker gang, so I won't be using his 8-legged body in that respect. He does look very kind of Mad Maxy, wall painted up. I'm sure that was the intention there. If you've ever seen the set, the Diesel Naut, that's just mega. So yeah, that's definitely what inspired these, in my opinion. So yeah, he comes with a little kind of face mask, sort of bandana sort of rolled down, but that would conceal that mouth. I don't think I want to apply that. Anyway, right, I'll get him built. Oh, one last tiny baggie with 2 slopes in. Just get those. They must have been keenly priced as well. Toss them in there. They're the sort of triple ones. And then we've got one more purchase this week, which I'll show you in a minute. But I'm going to build Daddy No Legs first. Right, well, there he is built up, and well, I think it'll be a bit of a shame to take him apart now with all these sort of dials on the sides and extra bits on the back and all the rest of it. He is very good indeed. I think he's definitely going to be better off with without the scarf, so he can have that great expression that we had before. But I love this hair; that'll look really good flying in the breeze when he's on the back of a motorcycle, better than on these sort of crab legs. But yeah, I do like it. Maybe I'll just keep the whole setup and attach somebody else with a different torso to this who's evil, even though it is kind of a repeat of that Spyclops agent's character. Anyway, yeah, well worth the purchase. I like him a great deal. He looks very creepy indeed with those sort of orange-tipped kind of spines. And it turns out the Fu Manchu face looks really good with the hair from Mirabelle. So yeah, that's quite fun as well. I might keep those two together. So there we go. Now, the last thing, we talked about a package and two things. One was the Thestral. The second thing was a purchase from Amazon, and it is this. Dun, 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 the huge 60388 gaming tournament truck. Which, well, I kind of like the idea of, because it's very, very novel indeed. I think you'll agree, a very interesting idea. But I thought, well, where am I going to put it in my city? Number one. And two, £40. It just seemed quite a lot. And then Amazon came along, reducing it by about 25%, but then with an extra £8 off or something like that, ended up being £24. And I thought, well, yeah, maybe I shall buy it after all if it's that cheap, because it is quite a lot for £24. Didn't think it would be worth it for 40. So if you want to buy one, use my link for Amazon. I think that offer is still live. But the thing I really like about this, if we just close the door temporarily, is it's kind of Knight Rider-esque sort of truck shape, this huge truck with all this lovely lime colouring on the black. And these logos are fantastic on the stickers, this sort of gamer with a joypad as his sunglasses. I really like that, and a headset on. It's not perfect. I'm going to do a few of the minor points. One is this cab. I mean, it's just tiny for pulling this thing along. It just doesn't look right at all. It needs to be longer so it goes underneath and fills some of this, well, very hideous looking sort of gap underneath there. And if you do detach it, then it's not entirely flat because it doesn't have one of those sort of things that comes down to stabilize it. So yeah, and then wow, talk about ugly here. We got some very miniature wheels, and then this whole setup that looks very ugly with all these different colored bricks under here. Don't much like that either. This just swivels a bit too much. It needed to be a bit sort of more firmly held in position. And then it's not symmetrical either. If you look at this, when this flap is closed, because it's got these two sort of play feature pieces, it doesn't actually close as well as the other side. So that is a bit of annoyance to somebody like me who's very pedantic. Anyway, we've got this nice clear bit in the front, which has our gaming trophy in it. You've probably seen reviews for this set already. And then the back bit has got loads of cool kit. And there's just so many good sticker pieces in here with these two sort of profile pictures, and loads of interesting parts like these pink fists and this azure coloured blade, and you get a spare one of those as well. So that must be the shop, I guess, because there's a till in there. So fans can buy the kit from their favourite gamers. And then hidden in here, but still visible, is the actual kind of Street Fighter-esque, that's what I think of it as, game where you've got the two gamers who are sat on their computers folding out, and then the two characters that they're controlling being controllable from that play feature on the back, so they can actually fight each other to and fro. And I thought that, I mean, the one thing that I've got to say about this set that's absolutely amazing is the innovation. I mean, I never would have thought of this idea. And, you know, so many city sets we get just recycled ones of the, you know, year before or 2 years before that. Oh, here's another police helicopter. So it's really good when we get something that's completely new. So that's partially why I bought it. So I like that. And then you've even got the energy bars at the top. You can see the blue tile and the orange tile on its side, and you can move the energy level down with this pointer as well, all controlled from the back. So I didn't quite appreciate all of that goings on. That's to move the people, and the bars are moved up here. And these panels as the backdrop are new as well, and they aren't stickered, they're printed. So it's just so much to see here. And even the screens are really interesting there and there. The characters on the back glass there, and the blow-up screen here. So I was considering putting this in my fairground, probably with a prop to make it slightly more level as a scene. But I think my fairground is so packed and stacked that basically I'm not sure that there is space for this, especially with it blocking so much line of sight with this great big panel up in the air. And there's the joypad symbol sort of icon there. But the minifigures are really good as well. Here's the blue guy who's got this sword character, and he's a bit shocked because he's losing to a girl. Oh no! She's got really interesting pink hair, and my favourite torso of the day. Look at that! Fantastic with the fist on. Absolutely brilliant. So she's looking a bit smug, but she hasn't won yet. Then we've got the same logo from Trok on this guy with a brilliant new head. Well, it's been in the stunt set, but I mean relatively new, not unique. And that is a really nice torso. So this is just a scene waiting to go in my city. Where exactly, I don't know. I could put it where Santa's still being arrested by the super secret police, just as a sort of change, I suppose, because that's got enough space. Or I could try and squeeze it into the fairground, as I say. But yeah, I thought £24, go on then, I'll spend some of the channel money on that, and it'll be a good option for the city. Oh, another minor thing, I really like the asymmetric sort of front grille of this. Less so the fact that we've got a bit of orange peeking through there, but I very much appreciate the number plate on the front. Don't appreciate the fact that there isn't a number plate on the back. Grr. That wouldn't be street legal in the UK. So yeah, I like it, but it isn't perfect. If I really wanted to spend some time on this, I'd try and put in some better, more chunky wheels on the back and fill in some of this gap and beef up this so it looked like it could actually pull this, and maybe put some whatever the side bits are, the sort of gas tanks in between the wheels, back wheel arches. I mean, it just looks naked without this going further back, and maybe some of those exhausts that go vertically up the back of the cab would look really good as well. So yeah, there's definitely capacity to make this a whole load better. But what a bright set, and what a lovely set of stickers. I love stickers. If you don't, you may not want this set. So anyway, I'm going to give it probably a 7 out of 10, which is quite low for how much I've raved about it, just because it's so big and hard to use. But what is in there is great. Absolutely love it. So that is the end of today's haul. We've had a fantastic package from bricklink.com with some collectible figures like the Star Wars one, my Deliveroo brigade that will be buzzing around Old Market Square, no doubt. Lots of interesting pieces, including Avatar ones for Under the Sea, and well, lots of other projects and benches and all sorts of stuff. Oh, and that really spooky horse, of course, and then this wonderful set. So yeah, another week of awesome purchases. Right, what a fantastic haul, and a list of jobs to do as a result. I've got to find a place for this beast. I've got to make my Deliveroo drivers for my streets, finish the benches, and start playing with these clouds, and maybe even work out what I'm going to do with my very expensive orange spaceman. You'll have to let me know what you think I should do with him. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to the channel for a future brick haul, you can, to the usual address. And then next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be either back in the 20,000 Bricks Under the Sea cabinet, because we're making good progress there, or back in the fairground, where we made really good progress last time. Two massive areas of projects that I'm really enjoying doing at the moment. So yeah, long may they continue. So until the next one of them, see you! Scariest horse ever.